Doma Sports Talk Worldwide with some news from the world of boxing. So y'all know what time it is. You ain't in a rush to get concussed, baby. Now I'm hearing Canelo Alvarez can't get an opponent for Cinco de Mayo, right? Canelo can't get an opponent for Cinco de Mayo because we know that Jamal Charlo, you know, is mental right now. He's going through some stuff, and hey, sometimes a boxer, they go through things that we sit here and we talk about them all the time, like they're PlayStation figures and things like that, and we say this and we say that, but they go through training camps, they go through hardships, they go through private problems, and boxers are nuts, right? Their job is to hit people on the head and get hit on the head. They're nuts. You have to be a little bit crazy to go through those ropes and try to hurt somebody. So Jamal Charlo, we wish him well. He's given us good fights. He's done some things. I did a video about a year ago now, saying why I thought Jamal Charlo has depression problems. And I was saying things that people weren't really thinking about. But I'm like, if you're Jamal Charlo and you dominate the 154-pound division, then you go up to middleweight, and then you do 3 interim fights, and then you're supposed to get Canelo because you one interim fight, then you're the mandatory, then they say no, and then you go do another one, and they say no, and then you do another one, and they say no. The WBC really just, effed them over at that point. And they said no, then they made a franchise title and let Canelo get away from fighting him. And you're Jamal Charlo, you're one of the twins who always say back in the day that, 2 twins that are both champions in any country other than America would be mega stars. But you can't even get the guy who's the champion. It doesn't matter what his name is, the guy's the damn champion. I ain't gonna let my coffee get cold messing around with y'all. But at the end of the day, hold up, y'all. I love me some French vanilla, you know what I mean? But so, and then you have some private problems on top of not getting fights, and you've been trying to get this, so you can fall into a depression. It's a big deal. So he hasn't fought in 2 years, come back, and then fights Jose Benavidez. And everyone says he doesn't look that great and this and that, but he wins the fight. After 2 years, he wins a fight against a formidable opponent, and it's like he looks so bad. And he didn't. I watched the fight, watched the highlights of it at least. That's decent for after 2 years in depression to me. But that wasn't good. So he's kind of depressed, and Canelo was supposed to have him on Cinco de Mayo. Him, after 2 years not being out. That's bad enough. But he's come out and he's looked bad. People say he looks drunk in one of his Instagram posts or something like that. Whatever. He shouldn't have been an option for Canelo. So now Canelo's not fighting him. We know that Canelo's not fighting Mexicans because he said it. And I told you when Canelo said he's not fighting Mexicans, the translation was, I'm not fighting David Benavidez and I'm not fighting Gilberto Ramirez. I said that when he said it, the day after he said it, because that's what that meant. Now, Jaime Munguia is another, proposition. Trying to figure out a way to make that happen all of a sudden. Cinco de Mayo is a day where we can have Mexicans fight Mexicans and this and that, right? So, all of a sudden, Jaime Munguia is into the fray. Jaime Munguia doesn't even fight for PVC. We're trying to ask him to fight for the other side of the street, right? The other side of the street. Just like when Canelo was at the Zone, after Demetrius Andrade fights, they wanted Demetrius Andrade to fight Jamal Charlo on the other side of the street, even though Demetrius Andrade was signed right at Canelo's place at the Zone, right? Listen, Canelo has opponents. I'm sick of talking David Benavidez. David Benavidez is his mandatory. David Morrell is his mandatory. And we're talking about everybody else. Like he doesn't have opponents. Like where are the opponents for Canelo? Like somebody, we're trying to insinuate that people are running from him? Right? Now all of a sudden Chris Eubank Jr. is a weight division under him. Now Chris Eubank Jr. is in the fray. Right? Anything except the guys that are formidable in his own damn weight division. Sound familiar? When there's 160 pounds, I'm not fighting Charlo, I'm not fighting Andrade, formidable guys in my division. One is my mandatory, the other one can make me become the first Mexican undisputed champion in the middleweight division. But I'd rather go up there in 168 fight those Europeans, and the WBC is going to give me one of the titles, so I don't have to go fight up for all of them. I get the WBC title. Now, the WBC and the WBA are really silent. Crickets. They should be coming out right now. We don't give a damn who Canelo fights, but if it ain't Dave Benavidez or Dave Morrell, he's being stripped. It's very that simple. It's just simple. We should all not give a damn who Canelo fights, because I don't pay for the fights for a long time. Canelo hasn't been in a fight that I wanted ever. Ever. I didn't even want Floyd Mayweather fight. Floyd Mayweather was too damn little with no punching power and brittle hands, and out of the game at the time, damn near. Right? I didn't want a big old Canelo fight him. I didn't like none of the fights Canelo had at 155 pounds. He was bigger than everybody. And then they were calling 155 pounds Canelo weight. When I'm like, wait a minute, he was 154, 160 is only 6 pounds away. Why are we stopping him at 155? You know, all these things. DAZN lost money messing around with Canelo. They never showed his numbers, right? PBC is messing around, losing money, trying to give it all to Canelo. Like we are forcing him down our throats like he's some big star, and I don't even know what was his major fight. What was his most significant fight? I would say it was Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant is probably Canelo's biggest win, in my opinion. Right? Because Gennady Golovkin, he didn't beat in either fight, in my opinion. He didn't beat him. He definitely didn't beat him. The first one, in the second one, just because Canelo stood still, which was cool to stand still and give Canelo with Canelo's awesome head movement. Canelo got some awesome head movement. Don't let him twist it. I don't like the Canelo movement, but that don't mean I'm not gonna tell you that I don't see no awesomeness in Canelo. And that left hook to the body ain't bad neither, right? Canelo's chin is impeccable too. It's some things there, you know, but damn it. You're not the very best. Not if you're not trying it. All these fighters running around here just trying to be the very best, and we just keep anointing this one. So, at the end of the day, we would tell Terrence Crawford, though, every time, here's Boots Ennis. Fight Boots Ennis, right? Terrence Crawford's trying to do major fights against fighters, but he's to try to become undisputed and stuff. But what is the reason you want Crawford to fight Boots Ennis? Because he's a guy in his division that's very formidable. Doesn't that sound like a David Morrell for Canelo or David Benavidez, a guy in your own division that's very formidable? David Benavidez has done more than Boots Ennis, though. You understand? And those are the things. What's up? Why are people say Boots Ennis for Terrence Crawford, but he won't fight Benavidez? And I'm sick of saying just Benavidez all the time. David Morrell is his man, a regular champion in WBA. Now, he's a regular champion, and if you see any articles, they talk like he ain't no champion at all. Or he's not awesome. Is anybody asking Boots Ennis who he fought that he should be fighting Terrence Crawford? What does he bring to the table? Those questions don't happen. As soon as it's Canelo, we ask those questions only when somebody's good. If Canelo's gonna fight Doma, nobody would ask him what Doma did. They wouldn't even ask how many subscribers the dude got, because Canelo could just beat him up. You see what I'm saying? But so we don't, no questions, right? Only when somebody's hard. So when I'm sitting here and I'm watching, all this stuff with Canelo, man, whatever. Whoever he's gonna fight in Cinco de Mayo, it's gonna be whoever. If people want to continue to lose money just to say that this is the best guy and it's some kind of big fight, but remember, ask yourself, what's the biggest fight? What's the biggest win? Not that he was in the ring with people, because it doesn't matter. They gave the list of his best wins over Americans. You should have seen the list. Or his best fights against Americans, because they had Floyd Mayweather, his top 5 fights. So he lost to Floyd Mayweather. They had Austin Trout in there, right? Austin Trout landed more punches than Canelo in that fight, right? And people try to ignore that was open scoring in San Antonio. What is open scoring? Every 4 rounds, they tell you who's winning the fight. Austin Trout won at least 2 of those first 4 rounds, but after 4 rounds, Austin Trout was told he won none. So he had to change his tactic and get in there and stay in the pocket against Canelo and not use his attributes. That was a travesty. Canelo didn't even beat Austin Trout, in my opinion. Not under those circumstances. It should have been a rematch with fair judging. And that wasn't. But that's one on his list, right? Who else? Caleb Plant was on that list, right? Then they had a couple of people where he's like, really? That's going to be on your list? I think Kirkland and stuff. So at the end of the day, man, there's been not too much significant fights from the guy. There's no reason he should be at the top of the bunch in boxing, because like I'll say before, at 154 pounds, was Canelo the very best there? I mean, just whatever. Even if you're Mexican, ask yourself. You had both Charlos were champions and Demetrius Andrade. Canelo didn't fight either one of them. So was he just categorically better than all of those when they were all at the same weight? Goes to 160, fights Golovkin. He's not going to fight Darren Chinko or Demetrius Andrade, even Demetrius Andrade for undisputed. Was he categorically the best there? Because first of all, he wasn't better than Gennady Golovkin. So at 168, we just got David Morrell and Dave Benavidez, which we both know will beat Canelo. Right? And at 175, he ain't messed with Beterbiev, and Bivol beat the hell out of him. Why is this guy even considered close to the very best? And here's the deal. He's not trying to fight any of these guys. Laura beat him, and I'm not going to readdress that. Your boy Bivol beat him, and I'm not going to readdress that. I don't have to. My fans don't even want me to. My fans don't ever want me to fight anyone hard. And we're sitting around here talking about Canelo can't find an opponent for Cinco de Mayo. His opponents are right there. In March, there better be some stripping going on. But it won't be, y'all. Doma Sports Talk, worldwide. And I'm up out of here, y'all.